Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be another tutorial from my tutorial series I've started just the last video. In this video we're going to be going over how to make a global leaderboard so you can see who has the top whatever of your currency or your level or whatnot. So let's get into it. So first thing you got to do once you open up your new experience, that's what they call them now, is you got to go to your game settings. And it will probably pop up with publish. You're just going to want to publish that like I already did. You go to security and you got to turn, this is going to be like this enable API set services. You got to turn that on. So that's what you got to do to make sure that you're able to do it, because this allows data stores, which we're going to be using for the global, for everyone to know, see your level or cache or whatever you're going to be doing. Next thing. I'm going to go server script service and add a script. And we're now going to have to get the data store service. And what data store service is a service where you can store data. And that's why it's storing your data. Anyway, so like this is where you're going to be able to access your currencies and whatnot. So next thing, you're going to want to do local whatever you want to call it, like coins or level, anything you want your thing to save as. So as for this tutorial, I'm just gonna name it my data store save. Now you don't have to put the save at the end. I just really like it because it makes sense. So what you're gonna do is do data store service, get order data store. Now the reason why it's ordered is because this is what gets it globally. So you'll be able to access the ordered data store all over on every single server. So if you were to do get data store here, this is only to store the data but not serverly so everyone else can see it. So hold on. Get global data store. I have no idea what this is, but we're just going to be using order data store for now. Get the order data store instead of the global, whatever that means. Yeah, I'm still not that good with that. So next thing I gotta do is game.players get dot player added connect function, and we gotta get the player and do the same down here. Game.players.player removing connect function and player. We're also going to create another function up here. This just makes it easier. And we're going to do save data, player user data. You can call this whatever, but I just like to use this a lot. And you also need to pass in the player. Oop. Hey. Okay. So when the player gets added, this is where we're going to be start loading up the leader stats, leaderboard, whatever. Well, leader stats, like, because yeah, I don't know. So local leader stats, go to an instance.new folder inside the player, and this is where you might want to do something because it could get pretty messy, and you just gotta make sure this is named like that, otherwise it will not work. So say you have coins in the folder, right? Then it will pop up with coins in the corner over here. So you don't want, say you don't want the coins to show up there, then this is where you're gonna add a new folder, which is gonna be called hidden stats, which will be equal to an instance.new folder inside the leader stats. So this is gonna hide the stats you don't want to be seen on the player. So just do hidden stats.name is going to be equal to hidden. Okay. Now here you're gonna do your save. So you can do like currency is equal to a instance dot new int comma inside the leader stats folder. Now say you don't want the currency to be shown publicly, then you can just put it inside the hidden folder, which I'll show you later on. So we're just gonna keep it in the leader stats for now. Sorry. Currency.name is going to be equal to the currency name you want to do. So you can do like coins or whatever. So, or apples. I mean, whatever you're gonna be doing. So I'll do currency again. Actually, let's do currency 1, because I'm gonna show you how to make multiple currencies. So next thing, we're gonna get the local data, which is gonna be equal to your currency that you want to get. So I like to use the uppercase letter as the currency you're trying to save in. So currency starts with C, so it makes sense to take C. Now we're going to be using pcall because sometimes these things can fail and you won't know if it fails, if it tries to load your data or not. So next thing we're going to do is do local success, comma, error message is equal to pcall function. So the reason why we're using pcall is because if you were to just call this function, the user may not have the data, you know? So they could load their data really screwed up. They can, like, the data that you load without using pcall can screw up everything, and it may not work. And it could break, so it's better to use the pcall function. I mean, I don't really know much about it, but I know about that. So next thing you're gonna do is do data C equal to my data store save, which is your data that you're trying to get the order data store from. We're gonna do get async, and now this is how you're gonna be getting the their data. So you want to use their player.userid, because you could use their name, but if they were to change their name, then they would lose all of their data. Which whenever you change your name, the user ID always stays the same. Minus, do the currency name, so currency 1, we'll do minus currency 1. Kind of want that lowercase. Okay, so that gets the player's data. So you go down here, if success, then, so this is what the pcall returns is if it gets the data right, then it succeeds, which then goes on to the setting the data. So we're gonna set currency, or whatever currency you're using, or whatever levels, whatever dot value will be equal to data C, or whatever data you're trying to save from here. And what you want to probably do is just do print user dot player name dot data has been loaded. And I like to add a little smiley face. You don't have to add the prints, but or just write whatever. It's really useful. So else we're gonna print problem loading user dot player player dot name dot data exclamation point and frowny face. So that's pretty cool. Now you got this done. Oh, and you also want to warn the error message, because this will return if your pcall has failed trying to load your data. And what I like to do is here. So say you're using levels, right? What this is doing is if there's no data saved, then the currency.value will be automatically set to 0. So let's say you want the player, like if you're using level, you say you want the player to automatically start off as level 1, then do or 1, or say you want the player to start off with a certain amount of coins if they don't have a data store, and you can set that to 300. So I'm just gonna set this to 0 because I don't want the player to have any currency if the data didn't load. So this is all set here. So now it's time to save the data. Actually, we can also add down here. While I wait, you want to add. You don't want to put 10 seconds because that'd be too fast. You want to do like 300. Do And what 300 does is it waits 500. I meant 500. It waits 1 minute. Not 1 minute. It waits 5 minutes until it updates. And we're just gonna do save user data player. Okay. So this saves your data every 5 minutes. You probably want this because maybe it won't save when the player moves or anything. So I'll just set this to 10 for the tutorial. I'm losing my voice. And we're just gonna put down here save user data player. Okay. Now up here, we're gonna do the same thing we did down here, but a little bit different. So local success, comment error message, pcall function. This time we're gonna get our data store again, but we're gonna do set async. So get async is getting the data store you saved, and then setting will set the data store. So once you set async, you're gonna put in, let's see what we did down here. Okay, so player.userid minus currency1, and then put a comma. This time, this is where it gets different, because if you don't put the comma in what we're gonna be adding here, it's gonna set async to nothing. So now we're gonna put in the player.leaderstats, because remember we put the currency inside the leaderstats folder. So whatever we named this here, and that's what we're putting down here. Dot. Then you gotta get your currency name. Dot value. And there you go. This is now setting async. And again, we're gonna do if success. Then we gotta print user dot player dot name dot data has been saved. And again, else print user dot name dot data had a problem saving, or do user like scripted pop charts data, or yeah, we can just do it like this then. Now you don't gotta do these prints again, but I just like to do these prints because it helps out, and of course you're gonna do more in your message. And there you go, this is all set. So let me show you how it goes. So if you press play, oh wait, never mind, there's an error. Line 2. Oh, my bad. Yep, forgot. In the when you create a data store, you need to give your data store a name. So you can just name it user currency 1. Okay. There you go. Data has been loaded. Go on here, player seats. Set this to like 10. Go back here. There we go. It's saved. We're just gonna wait a few seconds for it to save again. There you go, it's been saved. So if you were to leave the game, okay, and we were to play back again, there you go, now your currency is saved and everything is working. Okay, so next thing you're gonna do is say you won't want the currency to be shown, change it to hidden, leader stats. Make sure leader stats got hidden, and there you go. Now it won't show, but if you go in here, leader stats hidden, there's your currency, and it won't show. So that's how the folder works here, but we're not gonna use the folder. Leader stats, okay. So this is how you're gonna be saving the data to the order data store service. So you might be wondering, how do I make the globalness then? this is where I'm going to show you right now. Yeah. So next thing you got to do is you might want a board so you can display it, but I won't show you in this video since it's already pretty long. Let's create another script. I think it's this one. Okay. Name this top 10 or top whatever. Top 100. You could do that if you'd like, but I'm just gonna stick top 10 for the easiest, and we can just name it leader stats. Okay. So I'm gonna link this in the description, but it's developer for the developer Roblox for order data store. So you can check this out, and this is how we're gonna be doing stuff. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down here to code examples. Now we can pretty much just copy this, but we're just gonna do a little. We're gonna edit how it's gonna go. So we're gonna copy this top part from the 20th, paste it in here. Now you don't need to keep these things here, but you could if you'd like. So this is gonna. So remember how in the leader stats we set it to user currency 1 for getting the order data store? You're gonna use whatever currency you're saving the data store for, order data store. We're gonna paste in the top here. So see how it says the same exact thing, get the order data store? We're just gonna paste this into here. So now it's already getting your stuff. We can just call this let's see. We can just name it the same thing actually. Just copy that and just paste this in here. Okay. Again, just fix up some of this stuff. You can change whatever. So next thing we're gonna do is just add a while wait. 10. Do. This is where you're gonna be updating. So again, you probably don't want to update it every 10 seconds, probably every 30 seconds or whatnot or whatever. And we're gonna print top 10 players. Okay, or whatever the function you're using. We're just gonna keep this function. So is ascending is checking if you want to keep if it updates or something like that. You can just crap. I forgot. Oh well. So check it again on the page. Page size. This is how many players you want to get with the data store. So again, we're doing top 10, so top 10. If you want to do top 50, put 50 or 100. So I'm gonna keep that at 10. So pages is just gonna get all the players on that page. Just get it sorted as sync ascending and page size. And then the top 10 of the top 10 of players will get the current page that the players are on. So now we're gonna do for rank underscore data in pairs of top I pairs in top 10. Do. So local name is the player's name. And the points will be the currency. So we can just do in here currency, and we can just paste currency in here. So we're gonna play data.key, which is the name of the player, like I said. The rank is like number 1, number 2, number 3, with data.value, which is the currency. And we don't need points, we can just do currency. So if you also, so we don't have to wait 10, print, I'm gonna just do top 10 players. Okay. The reason why you want to use a while wait while updating this is because if someone's, say, they were to like have an even higher score, then it will automatically update. So once we press play, user scripted Pop-Tarts has been well, if that's what we made, but here you go. Player, which is my user ID. Mine, and then currency 1, which we did, is ranked number 1 with 10 currency. And as you can see, 10 currency, and there you go. You have made yourself a global data store, which automatically updates every 10 seconds, but you kind of wanna make sure that these don't update constantly because it could overflow your game, and I think you can only make like 10 updates per minute or something like that, so you really just need to slow this down. I'm just doing this on purpose for the tutorial. And so yeah, this is how you make the global data store and global data store, so you can see it for everyone. And hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. See ya.